Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Rob here, Fully Loaded Customs. Hey, today's video, stick around. We're going to see if we can get this 1958 Chevy Biscayne running. Stay tuned. Okay guys, this is my 1958 Chevy Biscayne. This is I originally picked this car up as a parts car for my 1958 Impala. And yeah, you can take a look at it. Like, this thing is in wicked shape. All the parts are there pretty much for the whole car. All the body panels are on a really good condition. There's only minor stuff that was really wrong with it, like a couple dents up here and this one rear quarter, a little dent down over here, and just a little bit of the trim all right over there. But hey, when you take a look down the body line of this car on both sides, you can see just how nice and straight that is. Like, so ultimately when I seen it, like, you can even check this side of it too, like, super nice straight shape, right? Like, if I were to put a polisher on this car, I'm sure if I would have hit it right here in this section, it'd bring all that paint right back out. So I didn't end up taking anything off this car, just because, for the simple fact, it was in such good condition. The only thing really wrong with it was, like I was saying, like the roof, right? As you can see there, the roof is kind of mangled from someone putting tires on it. But so this is the other one I got here. I ended up using the front clip off this 58 for my 58 Impala. And this thing's not in too bad shape. Down this side of the car is in pretty good condition anyway. The other side, it's been dinged in the doors. But I was just thinking, because this one's in such good shape, you could probably chop the roof off this one here and weld it up on that car over there, or just simply pound those dents out and do the body work on it. So I didn't take anything else off this car, left it as is. It's in really good shape. So today I want to get this thing fired up. As you've seen, all the other vehicles I have, they don't got motors in them, or transmissions or anything like that. So I couldn't have done any of those will it run videos. And then I was just thinking about it the other day, but here with the 58, when I was checking it out, I'm like, you know what? I can probably get this 58 running. So take a look inside here too. Like, everything's pretty much here for it too. Like I said, it's only missing minimal stuff, such as probably just that back window. To be honest with you, it's probably about the only thing this car is missing. It's even got all the door handles and everything. It was missing the generator here. I just picked one of these up here just so I can get the fan belt on it and see if I can get it charging, see if I can get it started. So yeah, this is it right here, guys. So this is 58 Biscayne. So let's see if we can get this thing running. Like I said, it hasn't ran probably about 30 years, 35 years, maybe 40 years. So let's check this motor out and see what we got. So all original motor, straight six. Like I was saying, the 235. I pulled all the spark plugs out of there a couple months ago and shot some oil down it there, so that hopefully the cylinder walls could be lubricated up. I'll do that again there before I go to fire it up, just to make sure there's extra lubrication in there. It's always a good thing to have. And two, I noticed this rad cap was off. Before, you can see down in there, a little bit of stuff I gotta try and suck out with a vacuum before I try putting anything through that, that's for sure. But it's pretty much got everything right in here. The only thing it was really missing, like I was saying, was that generator. But I went and picked one up there when I was picking up the 64 Impala there the other weekend. So I got one I can throw on there, and now I can get the fan belt on there and get that all hooked up and see if we can get it fired up here. So first things first with this is I'll probably take all these spark plug wires off, get the plugs out, put some tape on them so I know which one they belong with. And then basically, you know, shoot some oil down there and make sure it's lubricated up a bit more before I get going on it. And I'll probably remove this fan here and see if I can get the crank down there and turn it over with a pipe wrench. I was looking online. Apparently there's no nut in there that you can put a pry bar in, and there's very minimal answers on how to do that, but I'm pretty sure a pipe wrench will turn that over just fine. And then what I'll probably do from there is, like I said, I'll probably get this fan off here so I can put my pipe wrench down there. So I got a little bit more room to play with, so I can see if I can get that turning and spinning. And if that spins pretty freely, then I can start getting things wired up here, get some fresh gas. Pull off the fuel line on the fuel pump there, run it to a cherry can, get some fresh gas going through there. throw some fresh gas in the carburetor, and just kind of throw a battery in there. But I guess before we start doing any of that, probably what I'll do is I'll clean up this bunch of dry leaves or whatever else in here, just with a shop vac, so I can lessen the chance of a fire going on. And, you know, there's a pretty corroded ground cable. It probably shouldn't be like that, so we'll replace that with another one there too before we get this little project going. But yeah, this vehicle, I think it hasn't ran, like I was saying, probably about 35, I'm going to say minimum 35 years. Minimum 35 years. So let's see if we can get this thing fired up today. Now what I like to do for this here too is I like to use the old turkey baster left over from Thanksgiving supper here. I find it's pretty easy that if you just throw this into whatever fluid you're using, you can suck it right up in there. She don't leak too good, and then you can just stick it right into the cylinder hole and just simply squirt that fluid in there. And then too, what I find is really good, whenever you go to squirt this in there, it's also going to spit a lot of the fluid up in the various places, so you might get a little bit more lubrication on everything too, instead of just having it trickle in and run down. So now I'm letting that stuff there just sit for a little bit. So kind of soak that oil in there to the cylinders or whatever. What I'll probably do now is I'll probably try and get that fan off. Once the fan's off there, I'll be able to get my pipe wrench in there and kind of rotate the crank and see if I can get this engine to spin by hand before we kind of move forward and start throwing the battery and everything else. And try and get the motor, make sure it's free enough that I can move it by hand first, right before you want to try and throw the starter or anything like that on it. So yeah, see if I can get this fan blade taken off and try and move it by hand. So I thought the easier thing to do would probably just be to trying to get my wrench down in here where the 1/2-inch bolts were just kind of tight, but it's only realistically 3 bolts on each side to take the rod out. So I'm just going to take the rod out, and then I'll have all kinds of space to take this out and then see if I can get that to turn over with the crank. So went ahead and I just took out the shop back and I cleaned up all the debris that was kind of laying around in and around here. Got that all cleaned up while I could. So there's always less chance of a fire later on. And now I'm up with the crank here. I got wide open access to this. See if I can get this turning here by hand. There's 2 holes, as you can see there. I'm gonna go down to the store real quick, see if I can get some strong bolts that'll thread in there that I can kind of use to see if I can get this thing moving. I'll stick the breaker bar in between the 2 and see if I can get at least spinning here. Hopefully I can. If I can do that, we should be looking pretty promising then. So I found these bolts here real quick. I'm just going to use these first just to see if it's going to move any for me at all. They don't quite fit. I might have to go get some other bolts, but we'll find out here in a minute if she's able to rotate a bit. And that's looking like no. No, it's not. If you see that nice flex on that breaker bar, she is pretty locked up right now. That might just be because the bolts are no good. They don't quite fit in here the best. I've bent them pretty good. I'm gonna go see if I can get some other bolts at the store that might fit in here better now. I thought I had these. These look like they fit, but shade too small. So I'll try and get some other bolts, and I'll be back in a bit and try it one more time. Well, just got back from the store there. I put these 2 bolts in here now. They fit a lot snugger. So I'm gonna put the bar back on, see if I can get this thing spinning at least. If not, I might just have to keep coming back here every couple of days and just shoot some more fluid down the cylinder holes there. So anyway, set the camera back up, give her one more shot here, and then hopefully she get a little bit of movement. If not, it's gonna have to come back again tomorrow or the next day and just keep on working it. Oh, she's froze. Flexed on that, man. She is a little bit stuck. Just a bit. Already. Okay. So we'll try that one more time. Just put those bolts back in just a little bit more tighter the second time around. Hopefully they will not flex as much. But here we go, one more time. See if we can get it to at least move a bit. The bolts are moving, but not the block. Well, just judging by that, she's a little bit stuck already. So we're just gonna have to finesse this some other way. Okay. Well, as you can see, she's not moving. So whenever that happens, usually you just gotta kind of add some more fluid to it, let it loosen up a bit. Hopefully it kind of lubricates those walls, and once the walls are lubricated, come on, come on. Even tried the old surprise attack and still ain't moving. So probably just give it a day or two, maybe a month or so. I don't know. She's got to move eventually though, so let's come back to it in a couple days and see what happens. Hey guys, so we're back here a couple days later, 60 days to be exact. That's only a couple days times 30. A couple days later here, 58, she's solid. She is not turning over at all. That thing is locked up tight. So yeah, she sees. So it's also like minus 30 or something like that too. It's pretty cold. Might want to just leave that for a while too, because it's too cold to be working outside at the same time. Might have to pull the car into the garage at some point, pull that motor out of it, rebuild it, put it back in the car. That's guaranteed to work. That's what I might have to do. You can also see it's almost Christmas time here. I got the stuff up already as well. Pile of snow in the car, and she's just not turning. She's just not moving it at all. So, hey, maybe leave in the comment section below if you think there's another idea you might have how to turn this thing over. Maybe when it's not minus 30 or 35 or stupid cold, I'll come out here and give it a shot. If not, the only thing the only option I can think of is pull the car into the garage, pull that motor out, change everything over, rebuild it, put it back in the car and get it fired up again. So that's something I might try here in the springtime. Whenever I got an opportunity, I'm not working on something else. Maybe that's a little project I'll save for later on. But hey guys, thanks a lot for checking out today's video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So take care.